Most people think all body fat is the same. It's not. The fat sitting just beneath your skin is very different from the fat wrapped around your internal organs. And if you've been struggling with a growing waistline, chances are the bigger problem isn't the fat you can pinch, it's the fat you can't even see. It's called visceral fat. And unlike ordinary body fat, visceral fat doesn't just affect how you look, it affects how your body functions. Research has consistently linked high amounts of visceral fat with an increased risk of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure, fatty liver disease, and other metabolic conditions. That's why doctors are often more concerned about your waist measurement than the number on your bathroom scale. But here's the encouraging news. Out of all the different types of body fat, visceral fat is often one of the first to respond when you improve your lifestyle. And one of the simplest ways to start reducing it doesn't require expensive equipment, a gym membership, or punishing workouts. It starts with something almost everyone can do: walking. But here's the question that millions of people ask. At what point during a walk does your body actually begin targeting visceral fat? The answer isn't as simple as one exact minute. But once you understand how your metabolism works, you'll know exactly how to make every walk far more effective. What makes visceral fat different? Imagine two people with the same body weight. One appears healthy, while the other carries most of their weight around the stomach. From the outside, they may not look dramatically different. Inside, however, their bodies can be very different. Visceral fat surrounds important organs like the liver, pancreas, and intestines. Unlike subcutaneous fat, which mainly sits under the skin, visceral fat is metabolically active. That means it constantly communicates with the rest of your body through hormones and inflammatory chemicals. Too much visceral fat can interfere with insulin sensitivity, increase chronic inflammation, and place extra stress on your cardiovascular system. That's why reducing it isn't just about appearance, it's about protecting your long-term health. And thankfully, visceral fat often responds well to regular physical activity. Your body doesn't burn belly fat immediately. One of the biggest myths in fitness is that your body starts burning belly fat the second you begin exercising. It doesn't. When you take your first steps, your muscles need immediate energy. Your body turns to the quickest fuel available, stored carbohydrates known as glycogen. These energy reserves are stored primarily in your muscles and liver. They're efficient, they're fast, and they're exactly what your body needs when activity first begins. As your walk continues, however, something changes. Your muscles warm up, your heart rate settles into a comfortable rhythm, your breathing becomes more efficient. Gradually, your body begins shifting toward a greater reliance on stored fat for energy. This process is called fat oxidation. Notice something important. Your body isn't choosing belly fat specifically. It's drawing energy from fat stores throughout your body. Over time, as you consistently burn more energy than you consume, visceral fat begins shrinking along with other fat stores. And because visceral fat is metabolically active, research suggests it often responds relatively well to regular exercise combined with healthy nutrition. So, what's the exact minute? This is where many headlines become misleading. You'll often hear statements like, "Fat burning begins exactly at 20 minutes," or "You must walk for at least 30 minutes." The truth is more interesting. There is no universal minute that applies to everyone. Your age, fitness level, walking pace, recent meals, sleep, stress, muscle mass, even yesterday's activity can influence when your body shifts toward using more fat. However, researchers generally agree on one thing. During moderate intensity walking, fat contributes a larger share of your energy needs as the activity continues. For many people, that shift becomes increasingly noticeable somewhere around the 20 to 30 minute mark. Not because minute 20 is magical, but because your body has had enough time to transition away from relying mostly on quick carbohydrate stores. This is why short 5 or 10 minute walks are still healthy. But longer, consistent walks often provide greater metabolic benefits. The mistake many people make is stopping just as their body is becoming more efficient at using fat. Imagine preheating an oven every day, then turning it off before you actually cook anything. That's surprisingly similar to what happens when every walk ends after only 10 or 15 minutes. But there's another factor that's even more important than how long you walk. It's how you walk. And that's where many people unknowingly reduce their results. The speed of your walk can completely change how your body responds. Many people assume faster is always better, so they turn every walk into a race. They finish exhausted, breathing heavily, and wondering why they can't keep up the habit. Ironically, that approach often works against them. Your body has different energy systems. During extremely intense exercise, it relies more heavily on carbohydrates because they provide energy much faster than fat. During moderate intensity exercise, however, your body has enough oxygen to gradually increase the amount of fat it uses as fuel. This is why many exercise physiologists recommend what is often called the talk test. If you can carry on a conversation but can't comfortably sing, you're probably walking at an ideal pace. You're challenging your body, but you're not overwhelming it. That balance allows you to stay active for longer, and time is one of the biggest advantages walking has over high-intensity exercise. Should you walk before or after eating? Another question comes up constantly. Is it better to walk on an empty stomach or after a meal? The answer depends on your goal. Walking before breakfast may encourage your body to use a greater percentage of stored fat because insulin levels are naturally lower after an overnight fast. But remember, burning more fat during one walk doesn't automatically mean greater long-term fat loss. What matters most is your overall lifestyle. On the other hand, walking after meals offers its own impressive benefits. Studies have shown that even a short walk after eating can help improve blood sugar control by encouraging muscles to use some of the glucose entering your bloodstream. That means less work for your pancreas and potentially more stable energy levels throughout the day. So, which option is better? Whichever one you'll actually do consistently. Morning, afternoon, evening? Your body benefits from movement at any time. The perfect walking schedule is the one that fits into your real life. The biggest walking mistakes. If you've been walking for weeks without seeing much progress, one of these mistakes may be holding you back. The first is inconsistency. Walking once or twice a week won't create the repeated metabolic signals your body needs. Small amounts of activity performed almost every day usually outperform occasional marathon workouts. The second mistake is expecting visible changes too quickly. Visceral fat decreases gradually. You won't wake up one morning and suddenly notice it disappeared. Instead, your body slowly becomes healthier beneath the surface. Blood sugar improves, blood pressure may begin to normalize, inflammation decreases, energy improves. Only later do many people begin noticing visible changes around their waist. The third mistake is believing walking alone is enough. Walking is incredibly effective, but combining it with strength training, nutritious eating, quality sleep, and stress management creates a much more powerful system. No single habit changes your body. Healthy habits work together. How to maximize fat loss while walking. If your goal is reducing visceral fat, keep your plan simple. Walk at a brisk but comfortable pace. Aim for at least 30 to 45 minutes whenever your schedule allows. If that feels overwhelming, start smaller. 15 or 20 minutes is still far better than doing nothing. As your fitness improves, gradually extend your walks. Consistency is far more important than perfection. If possible, include some gentle hills or varied terrain. Changing the intensity slightly encourages your muscles to work a little harder without turning the walk into an exhausting workout. And don't underestimate daily movement outside of structured walks. Taking the stairs, parking farther away, walking while talking on the phone. standing more often. All of these small decisions increase your daily energy expenditure. Over weeks and months, those extra movements add up. The real secret isn't one exact minute. Here's what most clickbait videos won't tell you. There isn't one magical minute when your body suddenly decides to attack visceral fat. Your metabolism is far more intelligent than that. As your walk continues, your body gradually shifts toward using more fat as fuel. The longer you maintain a sustainable pace, the greater that contribution often becomes. But the real transformation happens because you repeat the process again and again and again. One walk won't eliminate visceral fat. 100 walks might begin changing your health dramatically. That's the difference. Visceral fat doesn't disappear because of one workout. It disappears because your lifestyle slowly convinces your body that it no longer needs to store excess energy around your organs. If you're enjoying this science-based health content, I'd also recommend checking out the book Wild Women Remedies. It's packed with practical tips on natural wellness, gut health, hormone balance, and healthy living. You'll find the link in the description if you'd like to learn more. If there's one thing to remember, it's this. Don't chase a magical minute. Chase consistency. Walk often enough, long enough, and at a pace you can actually maintain. Support your walks with nutritious meals, quality sleep, and regular strength training. That's the combination your body responds to. Visceral fat may be hidden, but its effects are not. The good news is that your body is constantly adapting to the choices you make every day. Every walk is another signal that you're moving in the right direction. So put on your shoes, head outside, and give your body the time it needs to do what it was designed to do. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more science-based health content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.